Do I sound gammy, like when I'm speaking?
All the time, Erin.
Yeah, but no, like now specifically. Am I like sounding more manly?
I sometimes have trouble remembering that you are indeed female. What with the hairy arms and the deep voice and everything, Erin. Your hairy arms are stuff of legend on this channel.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
In fairness, you are more manly than Pete.
That's not really a challenge, though, is it?
It's not.
No. Okay, can I say my joke now?
Yes, please.
What do you call a dog that does magic?
The fact that you're already laughing tells me this is going to be terrible.
You ready?
Go on, yeah. What do you call a dog that does magic?
A labracadabrador. Is that not literally the best joke?
Well, it's better than the one you did last time.
Yeah, to be fair, that was rough. Also, I said it wrong.
Did you?
Yeah. And I wasn't aware until my sibling pointed it out. And she was like, you said it wrong. And I was like, no.
Yeah, I did think afterwards that mayonnaise would have made more sense than
Not mayonnaise. Yeah.
So do you now so in your head, you were telling the joke that you thought was funny.
Yeah.
But because, of course, you'd completely delivered it wrong and messed it up, and then you couldn't understand why I wasn't getting it.
Well, to be fair, it is still like I think it's actually funnier that I said it wrong. I just don't think you've got like as good of a sense of humour as me, basically. I'm hilarious, Dave. Literally hilarious.
How are the headphones, by the way?
They're fine. They're okay. Why?
They're not improving your look, I'll be honest. These are
The audacity of you saying that.
These are fairly cheap headphones, I have to say. Anyone who's just switched on is probably going to be wondering what on earth this is. Yeah. Well, you are listening and or watching to season 5, episode 2 of our podcast, and we are going to talk about upgrade cycles on Apple kit.
I'm so excited.
I can see that, Erin.
Yeah.
Everything about you is exuding excitement.
Thank you. I try.
Yeah.
Yep.
But before we get there, we do tend to enjoy a little bit of banter and some news. Hair looks nice today, Erin.
Thank you. It looked really, really good. And then Dave made me put on these gammy headphones, which I'm like genuinely quite rageful about.
Can I just... This word gammy, which you explained to us on the last episode, does appear to be your word of the moment, doesn't it?
Yeah, probably for the next 2 to 8 weeks.
Excellent.
Yeah, so get used to it.
Well, fortunately, I'm going on holiday tomorrow, so I don't have to listen to you anymore.
Where are you going on holiday?
I'm going to the Canaries.
That is so cool. That's like a big holiday. Are you excited?
I'm mainly tired, which is why I need the holiday. We've got to get up like stupidly early tomorrow. Excuse me. And so by the time this podcast goes live, I can talk, I promise. Yeah. Then we will be somewhere between Madeira and the Canaries.
That is so exciting.
On a cruise, because I'm cruising.
You're cruising?
Yeah.
Dave, you've hit the cruise boat age. Oh my days.
I have. And after we booked it, because I booked it on the basis of I quite like boats. Mm-hmm. I quite like sunshine.
Yeah.
And I quite like all you can eat.
Yeah.
All inclusive, even though I'm diabetic and can't eat anything.
Oh, yeah. But you can like stare at the food, can't you?
I can look at it. And know.
And that's almost as good as eating it.
Well, quite. Yeah. I can watch my wife eat the food.
Yeah.
That'll be a delight for me. I'm going to take some photos and stuff. Wonderful. But then we obviously have watched a few YouTube videos, and some of them are quite hilarious, sort of life on board. I don't think it's quite me.
Okay.
I'll be honest.
Are you going to do what's the thing when they like sweep and make the little thing go? You see all the older people do it. They've got like these little brushes.
You mean curling?
Yeah, curling. Yeah. Are you going to curl?
I wouldn't have thought so, no, because isn't that a game that's played on an ice rink?
Is it?
Yes.
I swear that's like a cruise deck version of curling.
There almost certainly is.
Yeah.
There was also a thoroughly hilarious, they do these silent disco things on deck.
Go on. Has to be done.
I imagine if you're involved with it, listening to the music on your headphones, it's a wonderful experience.
Yeah.
But for everybody watching,
Not so much.
It does look very lame.
Yeah.
I will indeed try to get footage of that if that
you.
happens.
Thank you very
just
much.
for you, Erin.
Wonderful.
Because I know that you secretly would like to do a cruise as well.
I'm not even secret about it. I would love to do a cruise. I can't think of anything better. On a boat, unlimited food, unlimited drinks, on a boat. What more could you want?
Well, quite.
Yeah, I'm all for it.
That was my basis of choosing it. Anyway, that's what I'm doing next week.
Cool.
We didn't want to talk just about that, though.
No.
There is news that has happened.
Tech news as well.
Yeah, I'm actually going to start with something that's not on our list.
Oh, okay.
So you'll recall last time we were talking about wearable health tech.
Yes.
And you had your blood glucose sensor come off.
I did.
Come unstuck. And Abbott very kindly told you to go and get stuffed.
Yeah. Love them for that. Thank you. Thank you much.
I've never had that happen until after we had that conversation. And literally a few days later, my Dexcom unit came off.
Oh.
So I went on their website, I just filled in there, they got a form there, and then someone phoned me the next day, asked me what happened. I just said, well, yeah, it came off and that hasn't happened before, etc. I said, oh yeah, no problem, we'll send you another unit. Oh, and you can have up to 3 of these each year because you're on a subscription with us. So if it comes off, yeah, you get 3 of those a year.
That is amazing.
See, that's customer service, isn't it?
That's customer service, not, oh, well, that's your fault. So please never contact us again.
Yeah, that's your fault that the £60 sensor we sold you came unstuck after 3 days.
How dare you? Yeah. Nightmare. Oh, that's nice though. Good customer service. I like that. That's
and
good.
we do like to share the success stories, but yeah, I think if Abbott wants to play in that kind of high-end consumer health market, they're going to need to up their game.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Anyway, the M4 Macs have been released,
Woohoo.
of which the exciting one, because it's been redesigned,
Yep.
is the Mac Mini.
We love the Mac Mini. It's beautiful in every single way.
Every single way? I don't know. I mean, it feels like over the last few years, Apple's design department has misfired on a couple of occasions.
Just a minor little, yeah.
I'd like to know how the board meetings went. Okay, so
Actually, I had a little prop for you then, Dave, and I've lost it immediately.
that's okay.
Yeah.
So let's just I'll play the part of one of the Apple directors.
Yeah. Okay.
So, and you're a designer.
Yes.
So just know how do those meetings go? I wonder.
So I'd be like, oh hello.
Hello, designer person.
Hello.
I imagine that's
person.
exactly how the meeting would start.
Every meeting starts. It's quite good. And then Tim Cook runs into a room and points at something and runs away again.
Imagine.
That's quite good.
Imagine that would happen. Yeah.
So we've now re-engineered the Magic Mouse. Okay.
Amazing.
You're going to be so excited. It now has USB-C charging.
Brilliant. And since you're changing the charging port, of course, you moved it to the front of the mouse.
No. That's still firmly on the bottom of the mouse because everybody loves it there. But no, don't worry. We also have the brand new Mac Mini. Are you excited about it?
I am excited. That is a nice design. I like the way that you've made it look a bit like the Mac Studio.
Yeah.
Just one thing though, I did notice is that the power button isn't on the back of the.
Oh yeah, if you just turn it upside down, you'll just find that power button right on the bottom. That's
convenient.
So convenient, isn't it?
What a courageous design choice.
Thank you. It still has a headphone jack though, so.
Wow. There we go. I'll tell you what though, something has changed. Oh. And I found this out only after I posted a video.
Oh no.
Which we'll talk about in a minute. But the SSD, which Apple has been soldering SSDs. I think the first Mac they did it with was the original MacBook Air.
That's exciting.
Which you probably won't remember because you'd have been about 3.
Yep.
Or something. But Steve Jobs released it and he had one of these like brown envelopes that he had on stage, with the ones with the string.
Oh yeah, I've always wanted one of those.
Yeah, and he just kind of opened it up and then pulled out this laptop. The first generation MacBook Air. It's just like mind's blown.
Very cool.
It was one of those amazing Apple moments. And really, really good. And that I think was the first machine they soldered an SSD into, but I'm probably wrong about that and someone will correct me in the comments, but I think that was the first. And then from about 2016, I'm pretty sure they did it on everything apart from the Mac Pro.
Okay, that's cool.
I think. I could be wrong again, so correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. But certainly for many years now, Apple has been soldering SSDs. And when it comes to Apple Silicon, the only ones that aren't soldered are the Pro ones, the Mac Studio.
Okay.
And they're on little proprietary cards. So the Mac Studio you've got doesn't have the SSD chips soldered to the main board of the computer.
Okay, so
And the new Mac Mini
also doesn't.
also doesn't. They're on little. It's just one card.
Yeah.
And annoyingly, it's a different card for the standard M4 and the M4 Pro. They're two different cards, but nonetheless, it is on a removable card. How about that?
So can I just remove it and put in a new one then?
No.
Why?
No.
Why is it removable then?
Well, I don't know. I mean, well, technically you can, but you need to have a level of IT experience. It's not the same as a PC where you would swap the card over.
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose if you've got a PC laptop that only has one slot and you swap the drive, then you do have to set it up again because you've got to set up Windows and everything else. But with the Mac, what you've got to do is something called a DFU restore, and you need another Mac to connect it to in order to do that.
That's nice and cheap and easy to do then, isn't it? Great.
And then with the Mac Studio, I'm pretty sure the Max version and the Ultra version are different in the numbers of the drives. And if you put them around the wrong way, there's all sorts of snags and issues with it. But it can be done.
Okay.
It can be done.
If you're an expert.
But one of the things that lots of people are saying is, oh, this is amazing because it means that we can just buy the base model and we'll be able to update it later when Apple releases all of the upgrade options.
Can you?
No.
No, of course not.
Well, I don't know. Will Apple release upgrade options? Possibly.
Yeah.
They haven't done it for the Mac Studio, and that's been kicking around for best part of 3 years, hasn't it?
Yeah.
2 years.
Yeah.
So I'm not convinced. So anyway, in my video, which of course you watched.
Yeah.
Because you always watch my videos. I mean, it was only 9 minutes. I imagine you could have given me 9 minutes of your life, but...
Do you want to actually know something really funny?
Go on.
I didn't watch yours, but I did watch... How do you say his name? Is it Marquez? Marquez. Yeah, I watched his. And then I didn't get around to watching yours.
In fairness, Erin, he is better looking than me. So, and he sounds better, and he's probably much better. But
you know the difference between you both?
What's that?
He's got a really cool wallpaper app, and you don't.
I haven't yet got to the phase in my career where I am ready to charge people however many dollars it was.
It was $50 for a year.
For a plain orange background. That was the one that was in the memes, wasn't it?
He handpicked them all though, so handpicked wallpapers from his
So you had to do a bit of an apology on that, which I thought he did very well.
Yeah, good on him. Good on him.
And he had to. But of course he's been doing that again this week.
Oh, what's he been up to this time?
So he was doing a review, and I will deploy the air quotes, review of the DJI Osmo Action 5. So the little action cam here. But it's a sponsored piece. So DJI have sponsored him to do it. Now that's not unusual at all. I've done those things before. I very rarely take sponsorship money, but people will provide the product free of charge and you don't have to send it back. I mean, that in no way covers the cost of making a review, but whatever. What I try to do is to review the product fairly. I always tell the brand, I won't commit to a deadline. Yeah. I don't even commit to producing a video at all. If I don't like it, I just won't. And I'll try and be fair and give my honest opinion on it. And that also would tend to involve doing comparisons with competition and stuff. And it just didn't come across like that. It just kind of a little bit of a...
I've been paid to say this kind of...
Yeah, it came over like a bit of a 9-minute advert for DJI.
Got you.
Featuring Marquez. Anyway, there's this piece of B-roll in it. He's sticking cameras onto his car, but then just randomly there's this piece of B-roll of him driving his car.
Wonderful. Just going for a little,
a Lamborghini of some description.
Oh, nice.
Now, if
Very
you've
nice.
got a Lamborghini,
Show
let's
it
be
off.
honest,
Get one.
you're not crawling around with it, are you? You're gonna make use of the car.
Mm-hmm.
So as he's accelerating his Lamborghini, the speedo is creeping up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not creeping up; it's going up like a nuclear rocket taking off. But he then blurs the speedo when it gets to 60 miles per hour.
Yeah.
Which is, you know, I'll be honest, I've got a biking channel. I have on occasion had to blur the
Blur it
speedo.
out. Yeah.
Yeah. However, this particular Lamborghini, for some reason, known only to Lamborghini, they've decided to put a speedo on the passenger side as well. So,
Brilliant.
and the editor didn't blur that out.
Oh, that is brilliant, actually.
So what you see is him getting up to 96 miles per hour.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
And then, of course, what that does is prompts everybody, me included, sorry about this, to wind back the video to then see where he is. And he flashes past, and you do have to be quite adept with the pausing to see it. You have to be extremely adept now because he's cut it out of the video.
Oh, okay. Yep.
He first of all goes past a yellow children crossing sign.
Oh, no.
And then shortly after that, a 35 mile per hour speed limit.
That is very naughty, but also quite funny.
Now, in fairness, like there's all of this massive outrage, how dangerous and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
The road was completely empty and it's dead straight and you can see down the road. But yeah, those signs are there for a reason. There isn't an excuse for it.
Obey the traffic laws, people.
You should.
Can we recreate that piece of B-roll? Like the Lamborghini shots, I'm assuming there were some cool looking shots and stuff.
Yeah, sure.
But can we do it in my Toyota Yaris? Because I think that would look really cool.
At least we won't have any danger again up to 96.
35 tops. So. Wonderful.
0 to 60, maybe. Anyway.
Wonderful.
So poor old Marquez is going to be doing another apology for that. And I feel like he got stitched up by his video editor there.
Yeah.
Because there's no way he was sat there editing the video. So
no.
Yeah, someone's going to have a difficult day today.
A very difficult meeting.
Anyway, this will be old news, of course, by the time the podcast goes out. We're recording Thursday, and so it'll be almost a week before this actually goes up.
I wonder what I'll look like in a week.
Probably much the same, Erin. Huh?
But do you ever think about that? Like, what if, like, I don't know, I cut all my hair off by next week?
You do like to change your hair on a regular basis.
I do, yeah. Actually, they won't even know. I was blonde at one point. They missed my whole blonde arc.
Well, people didn't miss it because somebody made a comment about it. I'm trying to think where it was. I'll tell you what, it's in the members only section. I have put up the video of you getting dunked.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Where we went as a business event. We went did some canoeing. So naturally, Erin and her boat sank.
Multiple times, I'd like to add.
Multiple times. But I think mine was the best.
Yeah.
I fully committed to making sure you and your sister ended up in your drink.
And I appreciated that, to be fair.
Yeah. You didn't look that happy about it at the time.
No, but I'll give you points for the commitment.
Thank you.
To say. Yeah, it's quite good.
That's all right. Yeah. And how much river water did you swallow?
I actually got violently ill after our work trip.
Sorry, I shouldn't be laughing.
No, but I have never been more sick in my life because I drank so much river water. And I think the part that we went down in specifically was probably one of the more gammy parts of the river.
It could also be to do with the all-you-could-eat buffet.
Oh, yeah, that'll do. I actually saw a guy fully sneezing with mac and cheese.
I mean, if you're going to sneeze in something, the mac and cheese is probably the thing to do because most people aren't going to notice.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah. Maybe it was more of a tactic. He wasn't even getting mac and cheese. He just walked past it. It was like, I'm going to sneeze. And then opened and went for it.
It's unbelievable.
I love it.
Anyway, let's bring it back to my video, which you didn't watch.
Yeah, my bad. Yeah.
So I made this assumption anyway that the SSD would be soldered on. I mean, Mac Mini's a consumer machine. It's even smaller. So it just didn't occur to me that Apple would be fitting removable boards in. Of course, very helpfully, iFixit did a teardown of the Mac Mini showing this. And they released that about 3 hours after I published my video.
Oh, that's joyful. Yeah.
So there's this 5-second segment where I'd said, you need to pick your storage at the time of purchase because you can't upgrade it later.
Yeah.
And the comments section, there was quite a few people being generally pretty unpleasant.
Did they eat you alive?
I did get a little bit of abuse.
It was actually me.
Not a lot.
It was me on alt accounts.
Yeah, doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
I got called a trailer park trash. It's just like, what did he say? How come so many people from the trailer park are presenting themselves as experts on YouTube?
Why are people so sensitive about it?
I've got to be honest, that one did trigger me a little bit.
That is quite funny.
Like, I've been in the IT game for 27 years. I mean, I'm probably not an expert, but I know roughly of what I speak.
Yeah.
And I'm probably one of the few people that actually buys lots of quantity of Mac.
Yeah. Yeah, you're quite committed.
Well, it's not that. It's more to do with the fact that we've got employees.
Oh, right. Yeah, because of the whole company thing. Yeah.
Yeah. 40 employees who kind of need computers.
Being one of them, yeah.
Yeah. And you've got two of our company Macs.
Do I?
Let's go back to elementary counting, Erin. Now, okay, we start with...
Sorry.
What's in front of you?
Yeah, this is my MacBook.
Okay, so that would be how many?
That would be one.
Okay, and then on your desk, what we have?
My Mac Studio.
So how many does that make? If we add if we have one Mac here and one Mac there, and we add them together, what do we get?
Potentially two.
Potentially two. Yeah. I'm pretty sure at some point you've been given an iPad as well, which is probably ancient and gone. But
I do have that. Yeah, it's in my drawer.
So good. So there's three Apple things, and you're just one employee.
Yeah.
So we do buy, and then we're replacing it on a relatively regular basis.
Not this one though. This one we're keeping because I need my little touch bar.
Yeah, you can keep that for as long as you want. Yay. That's fine because we're not replacing it.
Good.
Anyway, I buy a lot of Macs. So I don't think I'm an expert, but I feel like I've given some reasonable advice on the channel over the years. Made a mistake on saying it was soldered, but it's a reasonable assumption after Apple have been doing it for 8 years.
Yeah.
Anyway, there was that. There was someone who was like, "You're a liar. You should take this video down immediately."
Oh my days.
Yeah.
Why? I'm always mildly confused. I understand when people get upset when it's a smaller company, and if somebody says something wrong, that can be damaging to that company because it's small company, small business starting out, honest mistake kind of thing. But this is a multi-millionaire company, billion, whatever it is, how much money they make.
Trillions.
Yeah, and not being funny.
Well,
you're one slightly wrong comment on it isn't gonna dent their company in any way, is it?
It's not, and nor does it fundamentally mislead anybody because the point remains.
Yeah.
There is no way at the moment to upgrade the storage.
Exactly.
And you shouldn't buy a computer, as I've learned, based on what you think might come out in the future. You need to buy it on what it is today.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's always a good laugh reading,
it's quite funny.
The comments. Lots of triggered Apple fanboys as well, just don't like criticising Apple's pricing strategy, which is what I did in the video.
Well, yeah, as you should, to be fair. They're quite a little bit cheeky with it, I'd say.
A little bit. I mean, lots of people are saying, it's only $200, $200 for each upgrade step. But it's and I get that. Suppose you go and buy a MacBook Pro. I think they start at $2,000.
Yep.
For the 14-inch one, right? Okay, so you want to move up one level in storage or memory or whatever, and they say it's £200. Mm-hmm. I'll help you with the math, Erin, because I realise it's not your strong suit.
I just immediately zoned out when you mentioned a number, actually.
So that's 10% more?
Yep.
Is it? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So 1/10. But if the computer costs $600, like the Mac Mini, and you've got to pay $200 more, now that's a third more.
Which is a lot more.
Yeah, so which is why I made the video about the Mac Mini and the pricing, because it's more obvious. And you got that, I mean, as you'll know, Erin, because you watched the video, is this weird situation that you can buy two of the base model Macs for $1 less than speccing one Mac Mini up to the same memory and storage of the two combined. It is a bit daft, but brilliant computer, the Mac Mini.
Yeah, it's got some very good reviews so far, other than the power button being on the bottom.
Other than that,
It's all good.
Yeah,
It's all good. Yeah.
it is good.
Yeah. Are you planning on getting one yourself?
No.
No?
Well, I almost did.
Yeah.
I almost went to the Apple Store
And picked one up
on launch day to pick one up.
in a very tiny box because it's a very tiny product.
It is a tiny product.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it looks like an amazing computer, and I'm really interested to test it. But the challenge that I have is I've been really busy with our main business.
Yep.
And I'm going on holiday or vacation, as our American friends
To do
would
some
say,
curling. Yeah.
to do some curling and some silent disco,
Yep. Wonderful.
which is everything that I want
Yeah.
from a
It
vacation.
really sums up your personality.
It's absolutely me.
Yeah.
I imagine when you think of those things.
I'm like, you know who'd love this? Dayv.
Yeah.
Yep.
So by the time I actually get back to do it justice, everybody's already reviewed it.
Yeah, that is fair.
And I'm also we talked about wearable tech. I've got
you
the
got the
smart
thing.
ring. I've been wearing this for a couple of weeks.
How are you finding it?
It's interesting.
Ooh.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
It's it has good points and bad points. So I'm going to be doing a review on this.
That's exciting.
So yeah, I'll hold it up. Not that the camera's going to see much. It just looks like a ring, but yeah.
That's
So
cool.
I'm going to be testing it out a bit more whilst I'm away, and then so I've got that. I'm committed to producing that video when I get back.
Yeah.
So the earliest I could be doing a Mac Mini review and actually having the time to test it properly, December.
Yeah. Just not really worth it that much.
I'm not saying I won't do it. I might do it. We'll see.
Yeah.
But one of the problems and this kind of, I think, brings us into the main topic that we wanted to talk about today. One of the problems is that Apple has done just such a good job. If you're buying any of the Macs with the M chips in, they're pretty much universally brilliant.
Yeah. Yeah.
There are possibly a couple of exceptions, but generally speaking, they are brilliant. And I've got this M1 Max, 14-inch MacBook Pro, which I like very much, and it does everything that I want to do. But I did think about the M4 Max, and I did get quite excited about it.
Interesting.
Because the amount of performance that's in there is... at home, I've got this workstation that I bought a few years ago, a PC workstation that was quite expensive and is immensely powerful. And the new MacBook Pro is going to trounce it, basically.
Oh, man. Okay.
But it's not like that machine is slow.
No.
So I don't need to replace it, nor do I want to.
Yeah.
And like this one, and it's exactly the same design, isn't it? Nothing's changed.
So if you walked in with it, I probably wouldn't notice that was new.
No one would notice.
No. This was why they need to do different colours.
They do need to do different colours.
Yeah.
It's this upgrade cycle thing that I just wanted to talk about because thinking about phones. I got my first phone in the 90s.
Wow, everything was like black and white back then, wasn't it? Crazy times.
That's harsh.
I'm so sorry for all of the listeners, actually. That's my bad.
Were you born before or after 9/11?
After.
Oh, my life.
2001, but October. So.
Wow. That's making me feel old. Good.
You're welcome.
Moving on. Anyway, phones used to be a lot larger, and they came with all sorts of interesting features. You could make phone calls.
Love that. That is pet. Yep.
And it was great. Actually, no, text messaging became a thing when we went digital. I'm actually old enough to have had an analog mobile phone.
And what is that? Like a clock?
No, it's not. No.
But
no, well, the phone analog. We didn't wind them up or anything. I mean, it was an electronic device, but the radio signal was analog, not digital.
Was it the ones with the big, like, antennae?
They did have. I mean, they were chunky.
Yeah. I want one of those. I think they're quite cool.
Yeah, they weren't. They were rubbish. Battery wouldn't last all day, and just you couldn't get a signal anywhere.
No.
So whereas like nowadays you get the bars. And if you're on one bar, it's going to drop in and out a little bit. But if basically with the analog, unless you had 5 bars or maybe 4, you just heard static, a lot of static. That's how I remember it.
Yeah.
Whilst paying 50p a minute for the call in the 90s. So that's like paying £2 a minute now.
Yeah, that's pretty mental.
So that was where phones started. And as they got digital, they got more interesting. And people would, at that point in time, you would upgrade your phone every year. That's because you just paid a contract and you got a new phone each year with a new contract. That's how it worked.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
And then that kind of stretched out to 18 months and then 2 years, which seems to be what a lot of people do these days. But I don't think you need to. Come back to that. What I remember, though, is the excitement of choosing a new phone.
Yes.
Because it wasn't just, something new and shiny. It was a new design. So it's like, I'm going to have a slider phone, or I'm going to have a flip phone, or I'm going to have the brick, or...
It was exciting because it's different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, like, maybe it had a game of Snake on it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that was just
I love Snake. Yeah.
Height of entertainment. And all of those things, it was an exciting time. I remember buying the phone being exciting. And then Apple came out with the first iPhone. Yep. And almost overnight, it seems, every phone manufacturer was basically making what we have now, these slabs.
Yeah.
Of glass.
Yeah.
That are so fragile, you've got to put a case around it.
Yeah. Yeah. Not ideal.
So I don't get the excitement anymore. And Apple bigs this up. So you watch an event and they'll show people using the phone, and they're always, attractive, happy people doing amazing creative things with their phone. And so you look at it and you go, if I buy the new phone, I too will be able to draw like that, or take a picture like that, or do it. And what actually happens when you get your new phone, Erin?
It's the exact same as the other one, pretty much. And I don't notice any of the differences unless it's a different colour.
And that's an important thing.
Yeah, it is. Because that's the only thing that actually differentiates phones as much today, isn't it? Is if you upgrade to a different colour.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah.
And we do. I've got the blue titanium one.
Yeah.
Last year. So this is a year old now.
So another year left in it.
Yeah, and I only do that because the business pays for it.
Yeah.
I don't pay for it out of my own pocket. Otherwise, I don't think I would. And I'd quite like something different. I mean, we were having this conversation the other day and you were talking about the Samsung flip phone.
Oh, yeah. That's the only time I've ever been tempted to leave the whole Apple ecosystem, is when Samsung released the flip phone, because it looked so cool. Simple as, because again, it was actually something different, I still think they are quite cool.
They are. I bought one.
Yes. Yes, you
Do you
did.
remember? I think I did a review on the channel, which no one watched because it was Samsung, not Apple.
Yeah,
but I quite liked it.
Yeah.
The Z Flip 5, I think I had.
Yeah, which is quite exciting. I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Yeah. I just found... This is the thing I keep saying in videos. Hardware. So the physical thing is only half of the story. The software that runs on it is probably actually more important than the hardware.
Yeah.
But the companies will always sell the hardware. So they're selling you a newer camera, higher resolution sensor, a faster processor, a better screen. Right? They're selling you all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Which, let's be honest, doesn't make that much difference to your actual user experience.
No.
Whereas the software absolutely does.
Yeah.
And the Apple ecosystem with the phone, and now with the latest Mac OS, you can actually use your phone from your computer. Have you seen that?
No, what does that mean?
I literally have a phone app on my computer.
Yeah.
It's called iPhone mirroring.
Yeah.
So I can open my phone on my laptop.
Okay.
So I can just
do what you want to do on
and I can do messaging and stuff. It's
exciting.
Ages to
But
connect.
there's a messaging app already built in on the Mac now.
Well, there is.
So what's the point of that?
Well, you can use everything. So for me, like I've got my glucose numbers and stuff, so I might just have that going, or
that's a win. Yeah.
Or other stuff. And I really like that. I love the fact that you can just use an iPad as a second monitor.
Yeah.
And it's seamless. It just works. Everything is great.
Yeah.
And that's the ecosystem. And the other thing about the ecosystem is, as a family, we use it. I mean, we've used it since the boys were little with the Find My thing.
Yes. Yeah.
And we still do use that. We all use it to, and I use it when I do motorcycle tours. We all just link up on Find My, and then you know where everyone is.
Yeah, I use it when I lose my phone because I'm really prone to just putting my phone down and then immediately forgetting where it is. So I get my little work laptop out, and then you can make it like ring, can't you?
Yeah.
And then I just track it down, and I love that.
It's really cool.
It's great.
And something that we use probably every day, every day at work, I'm doing air transfer. That's not how it's said, is it?
AirDrop.
AirDrop. I use it so much I don't even know what it's called. Brilliant. Yep. AirDrop. And it's just so convenient. What a fast way just to... And if you've taken a picture on your phone, you'd open the Photos app on your Mac and it's there, or on your iPad, and it syncs up with the cloud. And so I subscribe to the Premiere Cloud thing, mainly because we got a family of 4 and we all get the music, Apple TV, and you have all the fitness things as well, which I use.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
And but music and the magazines, I like reading the magazines.
Have they got good magazines?
The storage. Yeah.
Oh, that's exciting. That's a feature I've never even considered because I don't read very much.
Excellent. Is that a bit like the watch thing and the math thing?
Yeah. But yeah. Okay. Anyways.
Well, I like reading motorcycle mags and newspapers
and curling magazines.
And curling magazines,
and
obviously.
Silent Disco magazines.
Silent Disco Monthly is one of my favourite periodicals.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I like that. It's very good.
They cover all of the different types of silent disco.
Yeah. Some silent discos, like you can put them on and then you can tap the side of it and it will change to a different song. So half of the people in the room will be dancing to one song and half of the people in the room will be dancing to a completely different song. Yeah. And so it's quite entertaining seeing people dance together, but to two very different types of music. Hugely
entertaining, particularly when they start singing out loud. Yeah.
Magical, really. Magical experience.
I literally can wait. Anyway, if that does happen and I do manage to capture some footage, that will be on the next podcast.
Fantastic.
But I'll be honest. Yeah. I possibly won't go out looking for it.
Dayv.
It's not have to. Massively high on my agenda.
You have to find these opportunities and take them. Motivational speech from me, okay? Sometimes you have to search for these good things in life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just for you, Erin.
Thank you. Thanks very much.
Anyway, back to the upgrades on the phones.
Yeah. Right, yep. Upgrade your phone.
I feel like Apple is trying to apply the same mentality to the Mac. And that they're bringing out these new chips every year. But fundamentally, I mean, well, as lots of people have said, they haven't changed the design of the hardware. So the MacBook is still the MacBook. And I think that's probably why there's so much excitement about the Mac Mini. But all you're getting is more performance. But when you've already got enough performance...
Why bother?
It's a lot of money to pay for that bit extra.
Money. Yeah.
It's like, I could render my videos in half the time.
Great.
But we're not shooting 2-hour-long epics here. Most of our stuff is fairly short. So when you actually get to rendering time,
it doesn't actually make that much of a difference, does it?
You just make a coffee, don't you, at the end of the day? And truth be told, all of the Macs can edit the footage that we're...
Yeah.
Even a basic M1 wouldn't be much fun if it only had 8 gigs of RAM, but with the footage that we're using. But most of them could do it.
Yeah.
At a push.
Yeah. I've edited footage on this bad boy.
Have you?
Yeah.
With the Intel chip in.
Yeah.
And how do the fans like it?
It almost gave me 3rd-degree burns the other day because it got a bit warm. That's okay because my touch bar looked really cute when it was
That's good.
Trying to melt me.
Well, fortunately, you've got the i7 model there. We did have an i9 model, and they do just melt themselves.
Oh, that's joyful.
Yeah.
That's very pleasant.
I think that is basically, that's the reason why Apple ditched Intel.
Oh, I see.
And made that move.
Yeah, it needed just a better chip.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they've been working on it for a long time. It wasn't just that, but that's one of the factors in it.
Yeah, that's fair. That's very fair.
So this upgrade cycle, who's really going to upgrade their Mac no one's doing that.
No.
So do we need to have a new M chip every single year? Would we rather have Apple spend some time in innovating and say maybe moving the charge port on the Magic Mouse?
Literally, go back and What is it when you like perfect something? Is it perfect?
Perfecting it.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, I'll just stick with that then. Yeah, go back and like actually work on your other designs, perfect them, add something new, make something interesting. I feel like that would probably grab people's attention more.
I think so.
Yeah.
And I think they could have done it as well. I do, they've got some great industrial designers there and engineers. Are we really thinking they can't engineer a mouse that can be plugged in? And of course, the argument everybody will throw back is it only takes like 10 minutes to give it hours and hours of charge. So just make yourself a coffee, which is the exact argument we just used for not upgrading. So we probably should just shut up.
Basically, our opinions, just don't listen to it.
I mean, every YouTube video is an opinion at the end of the day, isn't it? The kind of stuff that I make, it is at the end of the day just my opinion.
And I'm only giving my opinion, which is the right opinion. So always listen to me.
Okay. So, do you upgrade your phone on a 2-year basis, Erin?
No, I keep that going as long as I possibly can before
You're an eke it out kind of girl.
Yeah. Remember the state of my last phone?
Yes.
It was...
Well, it didn't need to be like that, though, did it?
I'm just quite prone to like dropping things, you know?
Just put a screen protector on it.
I did have a screen protector on it.
Yeah,
it's
but then when it's completely shattered to the point where you're getting splinters of glass in your thumb as you scroll down the page, right? Then it's time to maybe just take that off and pop a new one on.
No, but the screen will still, like if you throw it at a floor, then it's still going to smash your actual screen as well. Screen protector doesn't completely protect it.
Yeah, but why would you throw it at a floor?
Well, I don't mean to throw it at the floor. But the other day, I walked up to my room and I had my phone in my hand and my cup of tea in my other hand. And I was like, I'm going to walk over to my sofa, which is this way, and go on my laptop. So I was like, I'll just throw my phone on my bed, as I often do. So I threw my phone on my bed and then walked over to the sofa and sat down with my phone in my hand and realised that what I'd actually done is thrown my mug of tea all over my bed.
Oh my God.
And then I just sat down and just had like a little moment of reflection.
Before a considerably longer moment of laundry.
Yeah, so much laundry. But yeah. And I think that just kind of summarises me as a person, really.
Good skills.
Yeah. But no, I tend not to upgrade my phone until I like absolutely have to because it's so expensive to do so.
Yeah. And this is where I've been kind of desensitized because I'm buying stuff for the company all the time.
Yes.
And dealing with bigger numbers. And also because I'm in I'm further down in my career, 27 years or something in. And so I'm in a different place, whereas you're starting out in your career.
Yeah.
So our perception of value is very different.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Because our experiences are different, which is why I wanted to talk to you about this. So you look at the price of Apple phones. In the latest and greatest one comes out. I mean, how much are they? I don't even know.
Like £900 maybe?
Are they really?
I think
Perhaps
so.
Ben, you could look that up. Ben's behind the camera.
Yeah.
Ben could look up the price of a standard iPhone.
Yeah.
In fact, how much? 800.
800. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, you would know because you've just bought the new iPhone 16.
Ooh.
And how is it, Ben? Ben's giving us a thumbs up.
Yeah.
And do you like the new button, which we must not call a button at any cost?
Is it not a button?
According to Apple, no.
It is a button moment.
There's a hilarious interview where they're deliberately calling it everything but a button.
Can you click it?
Yes.
It's a button man, isn't it, Apple?
Yeah. And do you like that, Ben? Ben's nodding. Yeah. You know, that's quite a lot of your salary to chuck out on a brand new phone, Ben. He's
looking very sad now.
He's looking
and slowly nodding.
Yeah. After the novelty wears off and the reality sets in.
Yeah.
But of all the devices that you might consider spending money on, how long do you spend on your phone? It's something that's very intrinsic to our life these days.
Yeah.
So I guess it does make sense to spend more money.
It does, definitely. I'm actually on a contract phone now.
Right.
Because spending like an outright amount like hurts my soul a little bit. So I was like, I'll do like as a contract. And it is like still a lot of money, but somehow it's better because it's only like a smaller amount each month kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
And it covers like my contracty stuff as well.
Yeah.
Which is a win. But yeah.
So the idea of just going out and dropping 800 quid on the phone.
Yeah, it's just a little bit out of my... I wouldn't even consider it. I don't think I've ever bought like a new, like outright new tech.
So what will you go for? Would you go for, like they released a new model, so you buy the older model because it's now cheaper?
Yeah, which is why I went for the 13 this time.
But that you changed yours quite a while ago, didn't you?
Yeah, probably like last year, maybe. I've had it for like a year.
It was before we switched all the studio around, because I can remember doing a video with you and I dropped it, didn't I?
Yes.
It was literally, you just got it and I dropped it.
Yeah. Yeah. So then.
Yeah. You have forgiven me for that though, I believe.
Yeah. No, that wasn't my phone. No, I've upgraded since. I am part of the upgrade cycle. Yeah.
So you have upgraded in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
So that one didn't last.
Because that one was the 11 and it didn't have MagSafe, but I've got the 13 now, and this one you can actually magnet.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because this one I got fairly recently, like.
But you're still
4 months ago.
So at the time you got that, the newest one would have been the 15.
Yeah, I think so.
And so you're
so
2 generations.
Like 2 models behind, kind of thing. Yeah.
But is it a good step up over the 11?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think so. That's what I like as well, is when you like miss a step in between, then it feels like more of an upgrade to me.
Yeah.
Because like upgrading your phone every year, like I've said, I don't see much of a difference other than colours. So, yeah.
Right. So we don't need the constant upgrades. So I understand why Apple pushes the phone chips. And the chips that are in the phones, so these are the A chips, they use the same core designs as the M chips. So they share the cores. I mean, the M chip is different because it's made for Mac, so it has all sorts of other stuff on there. But the actual core designs, so Apple basically tests them out in phones.
Interesting.
It's genius, really.
Yeah.
And that's what they were doing for years before releasing the Mac chips. They were testing them out in the phones and the iPads. So you were basically beta testing them for Apple.
Lovely. You're welcome, Apple. You are welcome.
I imagine Tim's hastily writing you your commission check as we speak.
I hope so, Tim. Me and him are going to go run around the Apple. I'm really obsessed with him running, because during all the Apple events that we do.
I've never seen Tim Cook run during an Apple event. I think you're thinking of someone else.
I swear that he like legs it around.
You talking about Craig? You talking about our man Craig with the barnet?
Yeah,
the hair.
good looking hair.
Yeah,
Craig. Oh, I've been getting you mixed up. Who's Tim Cook then?
Well, he's the CEO. Who's Tim Cook then?
Tim, not interested in you then. Craig, you're my man. Love Craig.
I don't know that Craig is a signatory on the account. He might not be able to sign your check.
Oh, Craig, go talk to Tim. Okay, I take it back, Tim. I'm sorry.
Okay. How about so what do you think is the optimum time period to keep a phone for?
Oh, the issue I have with Apple phones is the battery dies for me.
Yes.
I'm not very good at like keeping my battery health good.
Yeah.
So that's why I upgraded my 11 fairly soon, because it would only stay like at 100 for like 20 minutes.
Right.
And then it would like die immediately. And I had that for like not very long. 2 years then seems like the standard amount, doesn't it?
Yeah. So, yeah, I once you get to 2 years, I mean, I don't use my phone a lot because I don't have many friends that phone me.
It's because you're too busy curling.
You're not supposed to laugh at
Well,
that.
it's quite funny, isn't it? Dave's all lonely. But yeah, no. You're so busy curling and doing silent discos. You neglect the messages.
It's difficult to find time, to be honest, to tend to your
having like a
communications.
balanced lifestyle, Yeah.
The battery does tend to degrade. I mean, that is the one thing actually about this MacBook. It is dropping down. It's in sort of 80% battery health area, and it does not last all day anymore. So, but I have Apple Care on this.
Okay. Will it replace your battery?
For a fee, but it's not a huge fee.
Okay.
And Apple Care, a lot of people see it as a bit of a scam, but it's an insurance product.
Okay.
I think it's in the UK anyway, it's AIG, the big insurance company that covers it. But it means that if you do drop your phone or bust it, then for a very small fee, you can You
so
get
you have
it sorted.
So you have to pay extra to get it sorted.
Yeah, but it's not like if you just dropped your phone and smashed the screen and you took it into the Apple store, that's going to cost you basically the price of the phone to replace.
Okay.
It'll be hugely expensive. Whereas I don't know what it is off the top of my head, but like £50, £75, something like that.
Okay. Yeah.
And if, I mean, it's good. That could keep your phone going a bit longer. So you could get a battery replacement done, but then you've got to pay the fees for the Apple Care as well. So maybe 2 years is optimum.
Yeah. For like an Apple product specifically though, I wonder if like other phones like last a lot longer.
I think they're all much the same. And let's be clear here. You could eke out your Apple phone for much longer. Or any phone. And in fact, the Apple phones get security updates for longer generally than Android phones.
Well, you know what phone will actually last forever? Is the Power Armor 14 Euler phone.
Oh, my life.
Which I found in my drawer the other day. And I relaunched it up with Ben just because I was like, I forgot what an absolute beast this phone is. And oh my days.
Is that the one that we jet washed?
Yeah. And it still like goes completely fine. Yeah.
I seem to recall that you also jet washed me.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry about that. I'm not actually. I take that back. I thought, it was good.
That actually made your day when you found out that you were going to get to throw a bucket of water over me.
It was wonderful.
The look on your face.
Yeah.
You're like a kid in a candy store.
Elated. Yeah.
What about upgrades then on things like Apple Watch? Because you've been sort of half considering an Apple Watch, haven't you?
Yeah. So this didn't click with me until literally like 10 minutes ago. But when I buy a watch, I just assume that'll last forever. Like, you know how long like a normal watch will last? Like you buy one, that's it, you've got a watch. I don't think about the fact that an Apple Watch is like a smart, like it's like a little phone, isn't it? So it's probably not going to last as long as a normal watch. How long has yours lasted for?
I'm not wearing it today.
Oh.
I'm wearing a mechanical watch.
Yeah, which will last.
Which is it's getting on for 10 years old now,
See?
this one.
Perfect.
I had I think it was a Series 6 for probably a couple of years. Okay. And there was nothing wrong with that. I gave it to somebody who still wears it, as far as I'm aware. And I got the one last year. So Series 9. Yeah. And I don't really have any intention on replacing that anytime soon. But to be honest, I wouldn't expect it to run for much more than the same as a phone, really, 3-4 years, because you'll have the battery problem.
Yeah, yeah.
And also, they become obsolete. Like the first generation of Apple Watch, which is obsolete. But Apple did a special gold edition of that. Did you know that?
No.
The first Apple Watch. So a solid gold.
Oh, like actual gold?
Yeah. as opposed to...
Like spray painted gold, like metallic gold.
I imagine that is how they do it.
Yeah.
They just spray paint gold
just
paint
spray
on
paint
it.
Gold. Yeah. Easy.
No, they did a solid gold watch.
Oh, that's going to be heavy.
Yeah, it was $17,000.
Did you get one?
It was $17,000.
Didn't answer my question, Dave.
No.
Oh, okay, cool.
No, I didn't get one. What I always found interesting about it, though, is that now, of course, that's obsolete. So Apple's officially ended support for that watch.
Brilliant.
So that is a $17,000 brick.
Yeah.
But you think to yourself, it's solid gold, right?
Yeah.
So the Apple Watch was, what, £400 of that? Or $400 of it, and the remaining $16,600 presumably was just pure gold, and you could take that to a gold merchant, gold person,
a little golden person.
Absolutely,
yeah.
That's what they are.
Give you pennies for your gold.
Yeah. And you could sell it and get it back, except that there was about $6,000 of gold in it, not $16,600 of gold.
So where's all this extra cost come from then, Apple? Probably just price of putting a logo on it.
There's a reason why Apple is a $1 trillion company and why Tim Cook has a large pension.
Tim! Ugh.
It's and he could easily afford to send you a commission check, Erin.
Yeah. Come on, Tim. Do it.
Anyway, imagine buying one of... Well, I suppose if you've gone out and bought a $17,000 watch of any sort...
Yeah.
Then $17,000 to you has to be a trifling amount.
Yeah.
Otherwise, surely nobody is... I really hope nobody got themselves into debt over trying to buy one of those.
Like as an investment kind of piece.
Good grief.
That would be bad.
Terrible.
That would not be good.
And you can't even get it repaired, of course, if it's an obsolete Apple device.
Yeah, which is nice, isn't it?
It's really good for the environment
to
have obsolete devices that nobody can repair because you've stopped them from doing it.
Apple loves its sustainability.
Yep. That's it. Send it back to Apple and they'll crush it for you.
Yep. Yeah. Thanks, Apple. Thank you so much.
And take back the however much gold they can recover and pop it straight into Tim's pension fund.
Shout out to Tim, mainly Craig though.
I feel like we have done this topic justice.
Yeah, I think we've covered it well.
And I'm quite pleased to say, although the viewers / listeners may not be as pleased, but I'm quite pleased that there is no food adventure to follow this podcast.
I didn't buy any vegan hot dogs today.
Those were disgusting.
They literally tasted like Play-Doh. Yeah.
That was a fair description.
Yeah.
Although I'm having to imagine what Play-Doh tastes like.
Have you never eaten Play-Doh?
No, Erin.
Oh, loser.
So I used to go to school with a lad.
Yeah.
I say a lad. He came. Well, he was a lad. He came to the school for a short period. I think it was less than a year.
Yeah.
Bit of a troubled child, I think.
Yeah,
possibly.
yeah.
He'd come from somewhere near Sellafield. Now, those in the UK will possibly of a certain age would know that Sellafield is a place where they put nuclear waste.
Oh, cool.
And he did have some issues. I think I don't know whether that was just a coincidence because I'm sure they do, take precautions and whatnot.
Yeah.
I've totally digressed.
Yeah.
The point is, he used to eat weird stuff.
Oh, like Play-Doh.
Powder paint.
Oh.
I can remember him taking a good tablespoonful of powder paint and chowing that down. And do you remember Pritt Stick?
Yeah.
So I don't know if you have Pritt Stick in other parts of the world for our viewers and listeners, but it's basically a glue stick, rather ubiquitous here in the UK for younger children to stick stuff together at school. And it's sort of like a deodorant stick or a lipstick. You just sort of wind out the glue. Well, he wound out a good inch of it.
Just
and
fully
once
went through
again, he
legend.
slurped it down.
Do you ever wonder where he's at now?
I haven't, because I hadn't thought about him until you just said about eating Play-Doh. I haven't
he's
thought
watching
about
the
him in
podcast.
30 years.
Maybe he's watching the podcast.
I can't even remember his name. So
can we give him a name?
I'm really sorry.
Can we give him a name?
You like to give everything a name, so why not?
I'm going to call him Bobston.
That well-known name.
That common English British name.
I literally every day of the week bump into a Bobston.
Yeah. Shout out to Bobston and also Craig and not Tim Cook.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's probably ended your chance of getting the commission check.
Dang it.
Anyway, don't eat weird stuff.
No.
Like Pritt Stick.
Or Play-Doh.
Or Play-Doh or vegan
hot dogs.
I do feel like we're being I just don't want people to think this is coming across as vegan bashing.
Oh, yeah.
Because I have had those Beyond Meat burgers. In fact, I've had a few different brands of those. Have you tried those?
Not the Beyond Meat one, but I have had vegan. It was like a pulled pork substitute and it was amazing.
They are good.
They are good.
And the burgers, I really like those. I like barbecuing them and with a bit of bacon, which obviously defeats the whole object of it being vegan, but I'm not vegan. So
it's okay. It's like a balance.
Yeah. But as a burger, absolutely fantastic. But you didn't buy me any of those, did you?
No, I got you the hot dogs. And they were not okay.
They were not okay. They were just ridiculous. You might as well have bought me dog biscuits.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll do that next time. I'll note it down now. Buy dog biscuits.
No, don't. Oh, really? I don't know that will be good content.
I think it will be good content.
For who?
Me.
Okay.
Me, myself, and I.
All right.
Love it.
Okay.
We wrapping up?
I think we ought to.
Yeah.
Why don't you do the wrap up, Erin?
Okay. Thank you so much for tuning into the Constant Geekery podcast. We have been your hosts, Erin and
Bobston.
It's not Bobston, it's Dayv. Identity theft is not a joke.
Nobody's called Bobston, though, are they? So I haven't stolen anyone's identity.
You have. You can't say that. Anyways, thank you so much for watching our podcast. Subscribe, like, dislike, diss Dayv in the comments, and yeah, we'll read them all.
Apart from the fact that Erin won't, because she never watches the channel. So
that's true.
See you again soon, folks.
See you again soon. Bye.
Bye.
Don't forget to wave.
Poor Ben. He's got to edit this. He's got to listen to it all over again.
I'm so sorry, Benjamin. I'm not that sorry. Oh, wait, quick. While we're still filming, show my nice hair.
It's got like a flat bit where the band was.
Oh, has it? You've literally ruined my hair for the day now.
And it's probably because of Pete's hair gel that's been left on the hair. Look, Erin, I cared about you enough to buy you your own pair of very cheap AKG headphones.
And then Pete used them.
Did he?
He is using them currently downstairs. Right. And he scammed them up.
Grim.